the top of the KOM.
Yeah, that was good. Thanks, Jen.
Sorry, 30 seconds. Have a good race, everybody.
Thanks.
Good luck,
Let's go, guys.
Good luck, everyone. Cool.
Start ramping up. First is one guy push off the front, stick in the wheels. We have a long downhill coming up. I think he might have just got dropped from the pen because he's doing like 2.0. So the guy in front, don't worry about him. After skiing the road, we hit 2 short hills at 8%. Just do as little as you need to stay with the group. Be downhill afterwards. You can say it for the top or for the sprint. Yeah, so arrow, the draft, or feather is all good for the top part of the KOM. There's enough flat on the KOM itself that you can draft the wheels and use the arrow or a van. If you get feather, save it till the 4th or 5th segment, because those would be the steepest ones. Yeah, so this climb is going to be 5 parts. The KOM is the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Starts at 2.0. There's a few just pushing off the front, I think just trying to get a lead into the climb. So let's make sure you're tucked into the group. First segment starts as we enter this tunnel. It's a steady 7% gradient, about 50 seconds. Climbing starts. Once you hit the corner, it flattens out. Remember, every flat section you can draft, just stay on wheels. Let's get all the way around the corner and draft. We're going to turn right. Second segment starts steep. We're going to hit 15% initially. It's about 50-second effort again. So bump up to the middle of the group. Get all the way around the corner. All right, Alex, stick on these guys in front of you. You have a little gap with about 4. Grades down to 4%. You can draft. Next corner, it gets steep again. Just push over this corner, and they'll be flat again. Great work, everyone. We're going to turn right. Kill banner is going to be on your, like, around the corner. The third segment is about 1 minute. All right, here's the start of the KOM. 1 minute push here. Average gradient 7 to 8%. It's steady. Nice work, everyone. Just keep it strong. Keep it smooth. It flattens when you hit that T on the road. So get around this like little turn. Good work, everyone. Just around the corner. Flattens around the corner. Stay in the wheels. Enjoy the draft. Next two segments are only 35 seconds. They're shorter. Next corner, 10% gradient. It's steady. Only 30 seconds. Stay tough here. Work, guys. Just keep it up. Top 20 will get points. Work, guys. It's going to flatten out soon. Get around the corner. One last segment. 14% initially. This is 30 seconds. Final push. Going to hurt for about 30 seconds. And you'll see flat. Lots of time to recover afterwards. Dig for it. Good job, Alex. You're in a great position. Just keep pushing. Follow this guy in the green right beside you. Alex doing a great job right now. All right, you're at the top there, Alex. Give it a good push. All the way to the banner. Try and follow these wheels as best you can. Use the draft or arrow and just hammer. Good work, Alex. Okay, Alan, good job. Just stick with these guys right beside you. You're going to pick up an anvil at the banner. Save it for the sprint. All right, good job, Tim. Stay with these two with you. And their wheels, give it a hard push. We're going downhill. You want to be with them. You and Casey can work together. All right, give it a little push. We're going to be going downhill. Stick to those wheels. Work, CJ. Grab this guy's wheel in front of you. Give a little sprint. You're almost there. Great work, CJ. All right, Casey and Tim, just follow the guys right in front of you. You got Pike just a little bit up the road. Good job, Pike. Great position. Just get right up on those wheels. All right, Alex, you're in a good group of 5 right now. If your group is motivated, you can catch the guys in front of you. They're all single file. All right, Alex, this next corner is a downhill. Give it a good push. Build some speed. It'll help shore you up the next climb. Great work. You're going to be catching the two just in front. Everything looks to be coming together, Alex. Stay right on those wheels. Get a little bit closer to the guy green.
Yeah.
Very good job. Stay on this guy's wheel right in front of you. He looks motivated to work. Nice work, Alex. Guy in front of you is going 48. You guys are going 40. He's accelerating.
Yeah.
All right, Alex, just follow these guys' wheels around this next corner. It's about 1 minute climb.
Yeah.
All right, so Casey and Tim, you're about 6 seconds behind Pike's group. You have a group of 3 about 2 seconds behind you. All right, so you do try and bump up a little bit closer to the guy in the blue. Yep, good. You're about 11 seconds behind Casey's group. Use this climb here. All right, Alex, you have a good group working with you right now. Small group of 4 just ahead. That group is doing about 4.0 at the front. $13.3. And you're coming up to a steep downhill, just on the other side of this road. You can arrow tuck it. To give a little push, there's 2 trying to break away. Yeah, nice work. You guys can build some speed down this hill. You're going to see a short punchy climb, 8.5. It's a 20-second effort. All right, Pike, just follow these wheels down this hill. You have 2 teammates about 7 seconds back. Just try and stay second wheel. And we'll see if they might be able to catch your group. Yeah, so Tim and Casey, you can work with this group, see if you can make some time up on Pike's group. CJ, take some turns with this guy and see if you can maybe get him to work a little more too. Nice work, Alex. You're catching down 3 seconds. Great catch, Alex. You're going to catch downhill at 9.0. You caught them at the right time. You're going to have low recovery here. All right, give a little push here, Alex. 9.6 is a short puncher. Nice work. You're catching lost time. Grab this guy's wheel as he comes through. Yeah, I don't think he belongs in this league. All right, you're going to go around the corner, and second corner is the 8-second punch. Stay with the group. You have more downhill afterwards. Great work, Alex. All right, so enjoy this next downhill section. All right, pike around next corner. You're going to have that short 8-second punch. Tim and Casey have caught you guys. Great catch, guys. And get ready for an 8-second punch around this next corner. All right, pike up. Group behind is caught. With speed. Downhill on the other side. Just want to stay with the wheels. Excellent work, everyone. So just work with that group. Oh yeah, CJ, 3 seconds back. So CJ, we're gonna hit some climbs at 10.2. You can use your watts per kg and try and close. Great effort in trying to close. Alex, your group has 15. So you will get points on the next sprint. The lead into the sprint will have a slight uphill. You want to drop the anvil at the top of that climb. The sprint itself is about 8 seconds. So you can sit in the wheels a little bit here, just recover a little bit before the sprint. Everything's draftable here, so you don't need to do too much work. All right, final sister coming up. There's a steep downhill at 11.9. All right, Alex, steep downhill coming up. Start to prepare for the sprint. So 13.0 is the start of the climb. You have one more downhill coming up. No, it's not steep enough and too far out from the sprint. The sprint's all downhill too, so you can make some ground with the downhill sprint. That's about 20 seconds. And then a little bit past is where you start the sprint. But the anvil doesn't affect you if you're going uphill. It's only activated when you're going downhill. So yeah. So right at this little corner here is where the hill starts. All right, so we have one guy starting to push. Yep, it's working. All right, they're starting to go, Alex. Start to punch. Nice work, Alex. Drop your anvil and go hard for 10 seconds. Job, Alex. You're in good position. You can pass some people. Keep pressing a little bit more. You're rolling through. Great work. Got 7th on that one. All right, so you can just kind of coast in the group. The next KOM isn't for another, it starts at 24.3, so you have a ways. Second group, you guys are going over this hill. Press on the very top. Get ready to drop your anvil and go hard for 10 seconds. If you want, you can go for FTS, to shotgun from the back. And go. It's 8 seconds if you want to sprint. Otherwise, just sit in the draft. But make sure you're in contact with the group. Yeah, right? So the gap from front group to second group is, let's see if I can find it. It's 12 seconds, but there's one guy 7 behind you. Yes, Alex, the group behind is 21 seconds. You still have 15 in the front group. It's 15 in the front. Save the feather. Yeah, because the next banner, you'll get a feather, an arrow, or a draft. And you probably want the feather for the climb. All right, so as we're exiting this little loop, we're going to go downhill. And there's a short climb as you go towards the lap banner. Keith DV, guys, is like way ahead of everybody. There's no way he's a B. He did, yeah. But he just like put another 20 seconds in everybody. Solo too. Yeah. All right, Alex, we're going to be hitting a downhill here. And then the other side, there's going to be a climb towards the banner. Stay towards the front of the group. You don't need to hammer it. Okay, then we got a group of 3. All right, so for Tim, Casey, and Pike, you guys are going to be going downhill. 22 seconds behind the group in front. It looks like there's a few trying to push the pace a bit. Follow those wheels. All right, good job, Alan. Just stick a little bit closer to this group. You went to the draft.
As Max always says, make sure you pick up a fight maintenance. And follows like hey.
Yeah, you'll pick up another power up at the lap banner, but it's better to save your feather for the climb if you can. Our CJ group is catching behind. So Alex, that climb killed a few in the group. The front is now down to 13. So just rest here. The next major climb is at 19.1. We just have a few rollers until we get to that point. See if you can get a little bit closer to the group where it's draft's a bit stronger. Yep, there you go. That's better. Follow this Brent from ATP. He's going to pull you towards the front. All right, so Tim, Casey, and Pike, you guys seem to have a good group with you. It's one guy who's solo, about 11 seconds ahead. Yeah, so it looks like there's a few teammates trying to work together. Follow the wheels up ahead. The group should pull you back towards them. All right, Alan, you're a good spot. Just work with this group. All right, Alex, we're going to come up towards a steep downhill at 18.1. You can arrow tuck that one. Stay light on the pedals. Next major climb is 19.1. It's about a minute 45. We're trying to bump towards the middle of the group. Around this corner, we're descending. So this climb is 3 sections. It starts steep and ends steep. All right, we're going to turn right and go through a tunnel. Climb begins after the tunnel. Now let's get ready to push on as soon as we exit the tunnel. This group might hit hard, so just be prepared for a little burst. All right, climb begins. They're holding about 5.2 at the front. Job, Alex. They're up to about 5.56. Get around the corner, you can draft the wheels. Nice work, Alex. Gradient goes down 4%. Make sure you're on the wheels. Get some draft. Next corner, it gets steep again, so try to bump up towards the middle of the group here. Good work. All right, it's going to hit 9% on the next corner. It's about 25 seconds of climbing remaining. You're in a really good position. You're moving through with speed. Trying to use this speed. Nice work, Alex. Really strong. You see the cusp coming up. All right, there's one guy coming through. You can grab his wheels. It flattens out. Now recover in the draft. We'll have a little downhill coming up. All right, for you three, you're in the final section of this climb. 20-second hard punch till the top. Stick with this wheels. Nice work, everyone. Looking good. You can see the top. Just get to the top, and then you can recover in the draft. Excellent work, guys. Now just work with the group. Sharp punch, Alex. Oh, I said it, guys are brutal. Alex is going to be flat for a little while. You can just recover. Still a waist to the KOM, so just keep it light. Keep your legs feeling as good as they can. It is, yep. There's 2 I said is. Like I said, they don't play nice. All right, Alan, get right up on those wheels. It's going to flatten out soon. You want to be with them. Give a little punch here. You're almost at the top. You can see the cusp. Come on, Alan. 5 hard seconds. You'll be right up in that group. Excellent work, Alan. So continue to work with them. All right, Alex, we're heading to 3 small rollers. First 2 are very unnoticeable. Third one, a bit steeper. All right, we have a guy from Zetson trying to make a break. He's only doing 4.7. All right, Alex, next climb is going to be 12%, but it's 15 seconds. So use this downhill to build speed. And you see the climb ahead? Yeah, 15 seconds. You should be fine about 8, keeping about 6 points or so. Nice work. You're going to catch the Z-sign guy. Gap is really closing. Job, Alex. Got some flat and downhill before the KOM starts. Start these wheels. So this KOM is 3 sections and is longer flat sections between each steep part. You can draft all the flat sections. All right, Alex, move right through the group. They're getting a bit strung out. So Joy is a little bit downhill around this corner. See if you can bump up a little bit closer to the group. Just get a better draft. Yep, good. Pike Tim Casey, Joyce downhill. Use it to recover. Alex, on the next right corner, we have a steep downhill. You can use that to build speed to get over that next little short punch. Right. We're going to arrive at the KOM soon. Nice work, Alex. Time to use this speed. The next left-hand corner of the KOM starts. The segment's 50 seconds, starts at 15%. And the gradient levels out partway through.
Which segment do we use the feather on?
The second one. So 25.0 is where you want to use the feather. Right, Alex, the KOM begins here. As for just follow this guy's wheel, you can draft him around this corner. And it gets steep again at the next corner. All right, so Pike, Tim, and Casey, you come up towards the KOM. Next left-hand corner. First segment's 50 seconds, 50. And it starts steep. Nice work, Alex. Stay on this wheel. You can draft this section here. Second segment's about 1 minute 20. The same thing, it is quite steep at the beginning and end. All right, build up a little speed, build up your RPM, and we're going steep here. Save the feather to 25.0. I'll tell you when to drop it. So you guys using feathers early? Just use them as a pacing guide. You'll be able to catch them soon. Right, gradient levels out a little bit around this corner. Stay in contact. Around the next corner is where it gets steep a second time. Use it right after you get around the corner and then push for 30 seconds. Drop the feather and go for 30 seconds. It's a longer flat section at the end here. You can recover and you can draft. Nice work, Alex. You're passing everyone who passed you in that early part. You're the strongest in this group right now. Few riders getting dropped off the back. Nice work, Alex. You're almost in that guy's wheel right ahead of you. Keep pressing. It's going to flatten out soon. All right. Rev up the RPM. Spin out the legs. So only one more segment remaining. All right. So Tim, Casey, and Pike. We're going to go around 2 corners. Second one is where you want to use your feather. Job, Casey. You're looking really good in this group. After you go around this corner, drop your feather and go hard for 30 seconds. Drop the feather, Casey, and go. Tim, final 20 seconds of steep. Go with the group. Good work, Alex. You're in a really good position right now for points. A little bit more climbing, 5 more meters, and then just hammer at the top. All right, Alex, give it everything you got. You can see the banner out. You're going to have time to recover soon. Awesome work, Alex. That was sick. Save the anvil to 27.5. Just feeling the wheels as they're coming down. All right, Alex, jump on these wheels, these guys. You can aero tech a lot of this descent. There's 5 downhill sections. Nice work, Tim. Follow us down the green, all the way around the corner and up. Job, Casey. Just one last little punch here. It's about 20 seconds of steep. Work with this group. All right, Alex, you're in a really good group right now. If you guys are using anvils, you can just ride their wheel. All right, give it a little push around this corner. Nice work, Alex. Looking really strong. We have one guy with the anvil coming. All right, Alex, around this next corner, give it one more push. And 27.5, you drop your anvil and go. Yep. So right about here, drop it. And give a little push. You can aero tech and push. We're at 30 seconds to the end of the sprint. Give a little push around this corner. Awesome work, Alex. Keep pressing, keep pressing. You're going to see a sprint beginning. You have a big gap. Just keep going. You're going to see a sprint coming up here. 10 more seconds. Just hammer it as hard as you can. Nice work, Alex. You got the gap. Yeah, you have this huge gap. 2 seconds. You're looking good. Well executed. All right, so the group's going to be coming behind you. Post their wheels as they come through. And use this time to recover. That was great, Alex. So you got 4th in that sprint. So the feather, you probably want to save that for 29.8. There's a steep hill. All right, Casey, go hard around this corner. And drop your anvil here. Where Casey got some good speed. And start to rev up. You have 30 seconds of hard effort. See if you get some FTS. Catch this group in front of you and draft through them towards the sprint. Where Casey got a lot of speed. You can catch this group ahead. You've got the two other guys with you. All right, good job, Pike. Use the sprint here to catch the guy in front. Tim, you're doing great. Follow this guy in the green. You and Pike can work together. All right, it's TJ and Alan. I'm with you. With you right now, is TJ. All right, so CJ 27.5 is when you want to use your anvil. All right, Alex, around this next corner, it's going to be a little bit steeper. You can use the feather here, or you can save it for the finish. It's a short punch, about 10 seconds. The group you're with is doing about 3.5. Nice work, Alex. Just a few more small rollers. All right, Alan, if you're feeling good for FTS, go hard around this next corner and get ready to drop the anvil. All right, Alan, go around this corner. Give yourself a little mini sprint. Build some speed. Drop the anvil. Drop Alan, now give a little punch around this corner just to get over the hill. And you're going to see a sprint banner in the next 10 seconds. All right, start to build speed. And hammer it is 11 seconds if you want to go for FTS. So Alex, next little climb is at 31.9. It just says we're going back towards the main ring road. We're going to be turning right. It's going to show a climb in the little bar. We're not doing that. We're going around the corner for more downhill. All right, around 6 corners, it's going to get a little bit steeper. Just stay with the group. You don't need to punch too much over 6. Good work, Alex. So around 32.5, you're going to have a false flat. All right, Casey, got one guy in green coming through. Looks like you have a good group working with you. 8 seconds to the group behind. Tim and Pipe, both looking good in your group. Alex says this whole climb here is draftable. Effort might be a little higher. I don't see it going much above like maybe 4 or 4.5. You can use your feather here if you want a little more recovery or save it for the sprint. Nice work, you're in good position. Come close to the final kilometer. A lot of the final kilometer is downhill. All right, Alex, stay towards the front of this group. Looks like they're starting to do a little bit of a lead out. We're going downhill around this next corner. So it's downhill until 34 kilometers. Give a little push, stay around those wheels. One guy in front starting to go. Little hill here. Push over it. A little more downhill on the other side, so you'll have time to move through the group. Start to build some speed, Alex. You're going through the group, you're moving. Go work, Alex. Final 30 seconds, let's go, let's go. You have the speed. You're passing people, no problem. Just keep pressing. Downhill finish. Good job, Alex. Pass this guy, you might get podium bonus points. Awesome work, Alex. Great finish. All right, Casey coming in towards the final kilometer. Your job is to beat the others in the group. All right, we have one guy at the front starting to pull ahead. Follow the wheel of the Z-Sun guy.